Welcome to this prediction for the upcoming fight tonight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Obviously fought each other in the amateurs several times and now really fighting on the biggest stage with probably the most hype I've seen for a boxing fight, other than say heavyweight with the likes of Tyson Fury and AJ and things that I've seen for a fight in a good long time. It's very hyped up. I think that's from both sides. Obviously Garcia being a big name already within the sport, and Devin Haney obviously a big name, got some big wins, and should be a good fight. I think also the thing between the two of them, where they fought each other before and they're giving back and forth about their previous fights, really gives that sort of momentum in the media days and the media that's come out from the two fighters, which basically provides for the casual fan of boxing the want to buy the pay-per-view, which is very important. That's how you go from a name that boxing fans know to them star cards where everyone in the world, no matter if you like boxing or not, on a normal day you will watch the fight. So I think, look, for the two of them, Ryan Garcia has got that punching power. Devin Haney really has got the defense nailed down. The movement speed of Devin Haney is on another level. His feet movement, really, his footwork, where Ryan Garcia will really stand, hold and fire a bit more than Devin Haney would. Devin Haney's never really in the same place for any 1 second in a fight. I think the real game plan for Ryan Garcia is to rough him up and get something on him early to really put his stamp on the fight and hope it continues from there. Devin Haney, pretty much the exact opposite. Keep defensively sound no matter what Ryan Garcia goes for, and look for the opportunities when he tires, if he's unloading. So getting on to that, I think it'll be an amazing event. I do think for the future of boxing, I think really a lot of these promoters, or if you're talking monetary value, whoever wins this fight, who's gonna make the most for boxing in general, it's Ryan Garcia. In a sense, Ryan Garcia, if he wins this, he goes on to another level where he's already got the star power outside the cage with his antics outside the cage, where he's got a lot of followers, and there's a lot of interaction with people on say like Twitter and things outside of the ring. And outside of the ring, people still know who he is, even if they're not fans of boxing, and that's due to the talent that Ryan Garcia is in outside the ring as well as in. He is good at bringing media presence to him and actually giving the media stuff that will make stories. Basically, the stories, even if he's not fighting, there's a story of Ryan Garcia, and it's keeping them in the minds, and people know him because of things that have happened. And I think if he beats Devin Haney in this fight, I think it puts him on to another level of, look, you're going to be a real star here. You're that next star going on. And really, they need it in them lower weight classes. Tank Davis, obviously a big star, but Ryan Garcia is really he's 25, I think, currently 25, 26. He could be in the sport a very long time. And if he's competing at the highest level, could really pull in sort of heavyweight numbers, or you're getting close to it, like a Canelo. Tank is getting up there as well, but I think Garcia really, if he wins this and continues to win in the future, or gets big wins, sort of the Canelo level is not impossible for him, with him being so young. And to be honest, Canelo, I would say Garcia out, if they didn't fight, if they weren't boxing, who gets more media attention? I think Canelo currently, but that's due to also his fight with Floyd and things like that. But Garcia, I think, really has done really well at getting that media attention outside of the ring to really propel his stardom up, where I think you could look back in 5-10 years and go, actually, Garcia's up there with Canelo's level of fame, and he will pull in the money for that. Do I think he wins? That's the question. I think he'll cause Devin Haney problems. I think he caused Tank problems at times. There was some issues there, but I think the reach advantage he had on Tank was the important bit for him. There's not going to be much of a reach advantage here. I think actually Devin Haney's probably got the reach advantage in this one, but they've pretty much got the same reach. I think the real problem becomes when, if Garcia puts him on, can Devin Haney survive? I think he does. I think he's just too well at moving, and I think he will cause Ryan Garcia early on to take something and sort of just goad him into rounds 2 and 3, just unload him. And I think that would be a problem for Garcia. Garcia needs to be so smart on this and don't unload, because that's what he wants. So you just got to pick your shots and wait for it. And really, Garcia has to, and it may sound very odd for his style, but point fight to the point where you get a few rounds under your belt that you've won, because Haney's just being too defensive, and then cause Devin Haney to have to do something. You have to call, and that's the whole thing you have to do against Devin Haney. I think the only way you beat him, and it's if this even works, is that basically you have to goad him out of the pure defensive style he has, where he's just looking for an opening that you cause by going after him. Basically, if you go after him, if you just don't put something on him, he will still be there, and he's just waiting for that one weakness he sees, and he'll use it. And in Garcia, you have got a few weaknesses. He has been put down as against Tank with a body shot, which didn't look too good, to be honest. It was a bit of a, he got pieced up to the body quite a bit before that, and but he also got knocked down in that fight as well earlier on, and that was basically Ryan Garcia going after Tank Davis and not getting it done, and got clipped on the inside, I think by a hook, and that is very much the game plan of Devin Haney, to be honest, is to just stay purely defensive, let him unload, and then just catch him when he makes a mistake. So I think Devin Haney has really got this one in the bag, to be honest with you. I think he will win this. I think it'll be a tough fight, though. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it will be tough. It will go into the later rounds. I think it'll go over 7. At least, I think even if Devin Haney wins, I don't think it's by knockout purely. I don't see it happening. I think it's probably a points finish. And if Garcia wins, it's going to be an emphatic knockout, or TKO, KO. I think that's the way he does it, because if he puts him on him and he doesn't cope with it, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, I think Ryan Garcia has got a good lot of ability, and if he wins this, look, the ability he has with media, and to present himself in press conferences and things, and outside the boxing ring to create hype and things, can only propel him forward. If he wins this, it will turn him into that. You have very much the ability and really the path to become a Canelo type level name in the future. So yeah, and I think Devin Haney gets this done, but look, for the sport of boxing, having someone like Ryan Garcia, who's sort of the person who will bring people into the sport, can only be good, because he will bring names in, as in, he's probably not as much of a star currently, but sort of like a Conor McGregor will bring people into the UFC and MMA because of his outside of the ring ability to perform and know what media wants and know what sort of people who may tune in would want from him. And it's the overly loud, it's the overly over the top, sort of demonstrations he does on press conferences on outside the ring when he gets asked by media. And that's the whole point with Ryan Garcia. It's very much a very similar thing to get people to watch him. And it's important because you can be as good as you like, but in a sense, you don't have that pull from people who aren't just going to buy every boxing pay-per-view or watch every boxing event. You're going to have a problem where there is a limit to your ceiling. And once you break free of that, you become the guy who can get the money like Francis Ngannou, AJ, Tyson Fury, Canelo, Floyd Mayweather. You start unlocking the ability to get that sort of level of money and that level of fame, and the events can just be so much more massive. So overall, I think Devin Haney gets it done, but to be honest, wouldn't be surprised with the amount these guys box in the amateurs. This could go really any way, and they've had that so much familiarity with the boxing basics of each other, of how each other works. Yes, it could have changed over the years, but they're going to be very basically, the basics are going to be very similar to what they had back then. And I do think that there is a point of, you've been in a ring before, you sort of know the person. I think it's tentative first, second round. I do think it's tentative because they just want to see if, look, are you still the same guy or are you not? And I think you start figuring out from there. So look, I think Devin Haney gets this done if I had to predict it, but I do think it's a more difficult fight for both fighters. I do think it goes on late, and if not, a decision victory for Devin Haney. So let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.